Good afternoon, folks. Triple Crown here, coming to you from Vancouver, British Columbia. This is unboxing video number 9 from HBG. Santa has come a little bit early. So we'll open it up. I'll zoom out a little bit here. I got a few items. This is one of my, let's say, larger but medium-sized purchases. So lots of exciting new pieces to share with you all for Global War 1939. We got a hope, courage, faith, strength. Looks like a bracelet from Doug. So thank you, Doug. Sometimes Doug does put little surprises in the little boxes when he ships them. We'll go in here. We've got some decals, some numbers, as I'm starting to get into decaling a little bit more. So these are letters. Don't have a plan for them yet, but sometimes when I've noticed when I get into decaling, it's better to have them into not. And here's some numbers, some different sizes. Some U.S. Airborne or Air Force markers. And sometimes when you're ordering these, it's good to pay attention whether the decal is white, whether it's blue. Sometimes, for example, like the U.S. Marines U.S. Marines decal comes in multiple different colors, but depending on the color of the unit you're putting it on, having it either in white or navy will either mean it stands out and you can see it, or you can't. So some British roundels, some British Air Force roundels. Or not roundels for some aircraft. And I've gotten to using these. These are wonderful build plates that I've gotten into using for task force markers if you watch my video. So that's the Fascist Italy build plate. And this is I believe this is the FEC. I can't remember. I should know this. And that is the KMT, Chinese build plate. And we'll get into these guys first. This is a specific unit that I had Doug build or make for Global War 1939, and it is the Russian Airborne. I can't even remember what the sculpt looks like when I ordered it, but it is available as one of their newer units you can purchase, and I had to beg Doug. I'm always asking him for something. I'll zoom in there a little bit. So that is the Russian Airborne 3D sculpt. So that's that unit. Now there was a Allied Airborne, which wasn't a 3D sculpt, but this is specific to the Russian World War II. So thank you, Doug, for making those. It's going to be another fun painting project. I do paint some of my more specialized pieces. And these are 3D sculpts for the Lancaster bomber. And this is near and dear to my heart because this is what my grandfather flew in World War II. So this is a 3D sculpt for a Lancaster bomber. And because I want to paint these and make them a little bit more special because it is a heavy bomber, I decided to purchase these 3D sculpt, which I've noticed it's obvious that they are better than the out-of-box Axis and Allies sculpt. And if you're going to invest the time to paint them, you should have the best sculpt available. So this is the standard. I think there's quite a few different Lancaster sculpts you can purchase, and this is the basic one, meaning it didn't have a special roll, but just more of a heavy bomber roll. So that is actually, I will grab, find it. So I think this is the out-of-box Axis and Allies Lancaster. As you can see, the engines on this one are a little bit bigger. But yeah, there's a lot more detail here, folks. It's hard to see here because this one's been painted. I didn't paint this one, but yeah, Doug's sculpts are not even close in comparison to the sculpts you could buy. So anyways, just wanted to point that out. Happy to paint those up. And as Hambone said, I think maybe it is, for some reason, I do enjoy painting aircraft. So I've got quite a few different Armour units that I've purchased. I think this is the Comet, which is a British World War II tank. The heavy tank for the Allies use. So I can't remember, I think they can produce one per round later on in the game. So I mean, look at the detail on that. That's just a outstanding Armour unit. So yeah, I love, similar to Hambone, I love these sculpts that are Armour. I think these are, sorry folks, my for the delay here. I think this is a Stuart. This is a 3D sculpt that's a Stuart. Now, wow, look at the detail on those tracks. Fantastic. So I think I had the battle pieces, the sculpt, and this one is, you can just tell right away. I mean, look at the detail on that. Absolutely outstanding. Which is why, if you're gonna invest in painting them, I would highly recommend going with the 3D sculpts from HBG. And this is a Churchill heavy tank. Wow, that in comparison to the battle pieces sculpt, this is a 3D version of it. That is just night and day different in terms of the detail. You can just see right away, everything just pops. You can see little things on the side, and just look at the detail on those tracks. So, wow, that is a beautiful, beautiful sculpt. And there is some more. This is the Sherman Firefly, which is the M4 Sherman that the British converted. They have the longer barrel on it. So you can see it's pretty significant in comparison to the regular Sherman. It was the Allied response to the Tiger tank, or at least they wanted something that could take the Tiger tank out. And just look at that, just absolutely beautiful. And it's gonna look much nicer when I paint them up. So I think that is all of the, oh, one more. I think this is the Cromwell tank, the British Cromwell tank, which is the medium tank and the British used in more, I think, the Africa campaign. So that's that tank there. So there we go, folks. That's lots of different Armour sculpts there. You know what, I'll put them all close. You can get a close-up version. And that is the just looking for a Stuart. Of course, I can't find it now. Oh, there we go. So this is all the tanks kind of lined up, so you can just get a reference in size. So the Stuart is here. You can see, you know, it's a light tank, and then the Cromwell, the Firefly, the Comet, and the Churchill. So there you go, folks. That's stay tuned for more Global War 1939 content coming to you soon.